Good afternoon, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's Assumption of Command in honor of Brigadier General Clinton K. Murray. Today's ceremony will be conducted as an indoor ceremony. During the national anthem, we ask that all parties in attendance remain in the position of attention. The host for today's ceremony is Brigadier General Clinton K. Murray, incoming Commander General, Brooke Army Medical Center, and the reviewing officer is Brigadier General Sean K. Bagby, Commanding General, Regional Health Command Central. Today's music is performed by Fort Sam Zone 323rd Army Band Mission Brass under the direction of Sergeant Katrina Halderman. Today, we are joined by many distinguished guests, staff, family, friends, and those joining from virtual attendance. We would like to extend a special welcome to our distinguished guests, Brigadier General Murray's wife, Leanne, daughter, Sydney, mother, Lenore, father, Ken, and Aunt Marcia, Mrs. Melanie Bagby, Command Sergeant Major Timothy Sprunger, Command Sergeant Major Regional Health Command Central, Mr. Joseph D. Bray, Civilian Aide to the Secretary of the Army, Texas South, Major General Stephen Williams, Special Assistant to Commander, Air Combat Command, Major General Retired Joseph Caravallo and his wife Lorraine, Major General Retired Barbara Holcomb, Major General Retired Juan Ayala, Director of Military and Veteran Affairs, City of San Antonio, Major General Retired Byron Hepburn, Mr. Robert Nathan, Deputy to the Commanding General, U.S. Army North, 5th Army, Brigadier General Janine M. Ryder, Commander, 59th Medical Wing and Market Director for San Antonio Military Health Systems and Chief Air Force Nurse Corps, Chief Master Sergeant Mark Sholkoff, Command Chief Master Sergeant, 59th Medical Wing, JBSA, Lackland, Texas, Chief Master Sergeant Tanya Johnson, Senior Enlisted Leader Assistant Director, Management, Defense Health Agency, Mr. Steve Hill, Representative for the Director Action Group for Defense Health Agency, Brigadier General Robert E. Suter, Deputy Commanding General Support, 807th Medical Command Deployment Support, Brigadier General William Thigpen, Commanding General, U.S. Army South, Command Sergeant Major Trevor Walker, Command Sergeant Major, U.S. Army South, Brigadier General Retired Ursone, and Command Sergeant Major Retired Henry Vance. At this time, Brooke Army Medical Center's Non-Commissioned Officer of the Year, Staff Sergeant Ryan Figueroa, is presenting a bouquet of yellow budded roses to the incoming commander's wife, Leanne, symbolizing her arrival to Brooke Army Medical Center's family. With time, the buds will blossom as her relationship grows with the service members and families of Brooke Army Medical Center. Today's ceremony features honors, honors to the nation, assumption of command, remarks, and playing of the Army song. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party, the rendering of honors, singing of the national anthem by Colonel Heather Yoon, and invocation directed by Chaplain Smith.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on a
Good afternoon. I invite you to pray with me. Lord, I thank you again for yet another great day at Brooke Army Medical Center. I thank you that we can celebrate the leadership and the staff at this sacred place of healing. With this mission, this vision, built on this foundation of legacy of skilled professionals. And I ask that you continue to use us in the support of the health of the Army and this community. This has been a difficult year plus for Team BAMC, for our staff, the leadership who have stepped up in this most challenging time, and we honor them and their families. And now, Lord, I ask that you would be with General Murray, and I ask that you grant him the wisdom required in the days ahead. And as this sacred mantle of leadership is placed on him, I ask that you bless him and his family with their coming and going, and may your face shine brightly on them and keep them in your care. For it's in your great name I pray. Amen.
Please be seated. The colors at the front right of the auditorium represent the following units. BAMC Troop Command, led by Lieutenant Colonel Megan Mueller and Command Sergeant Major Stephen Robbins. BAMC Soldier Recovery Unit, led by Lieutenant Colonel Cheryl Justice and Command Sergeant Major Gabriel Camacho. 959th Medical Group, led by Colonel Anthony Waldrop and Chief Master Sergeant Michael Hermon. The Assumption of Command is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. Key to the Assumption of Command is the passing of the unit's colors. These colors represent not only the heritage and history of the unit, but also the unity and loyalty of its soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing their responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there are also his colors. The custodian of the colors is the Brooke Army Medical Center Command Sergeant Major Thurman Reynolds, the senior enlisted soldier in the unit and the principal advisor to the commander. He is being represented today by Command Sergeant Major Gabriel Camacho, BAMC Soldier Recovery Unit, Command Sergeant Major. Command Sergeant Major Camacho will pass the colors to Brigadier General Murray. Brigadier General Murray then passes the colors to Brigadier General Bagby, signifying the assumption of his command of Brooke Army Medical Center. Brigadier General Murray will pass the colors to Command Sergeant Major Camacho, signifying trust and confidence in the Non-Commissioned Officer Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, the Regional Health Command Central Commanding General, Brigadier General Sean Bagby.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you? First off, thank you for being here today. To all of our distinguished guests, commanders, our fellow general officers, SESs, community leaders and partners, the family, staff, and friends of Joint Base San Antonio and the Military Health System, thank you all for being here for today's ceremony. As we welcome Brigadier General Clint Murray, a true servant leader and a highly esteemed physician, into the Team BAMC and RHC Central family. Many of his family members have joined Clint today to witness this extraordinary milestone in his career. So let's welcome his wife, Leanne, her daughter, Sydney and Callie, her husband, Nathan, Clint's parents, Ken and Lenore Murray, his brother, John Murray, and family, and to Leanne's extended family, her father, Denton DeWitt, and his wife, Fonda, her mother, Betty Jones, and husband, Ron, her sister, Anne Marie Gartner, and her family. Welcome. So it is wonderful to see our extended family here, and the fact that you all support him so much. It speaks volumes, and it's probably how you got here, right? Because nobody walks alone. I understand that your extended family is also watching virtually, so thanks for being here to watch virtually. So welcome to Texas. Welcome back, I should say. Let's also recognize the individuals who've made this possible for you today. Chaplain Smith, thank you very much. Colonel Yoon, every time I listen to you sing the anthem, I get chills. So thank you very much. To Fort Sam Zone, 323rd, thank you very much for being here. You make every ceremony, you mark it with dignity, and thank you for just helping us continue these traditions. So, and of course, I would be remiss if I didn't recognize those here who represent the almost 9,000 service members, civilians, and contractors right here at Brooke Army Medical Center who work tirelessly day in and day out with compassion to provide world-class health care to everyone entrusted to their care. Your enormous contributions are what make BAMC the crown jewel and the flagship of the military health system. Now, Clint, I know it is a tremendous honor to take the reins of leadership of this amazing team, but quite frankly, you're ready. You've arrived at BAMC during a pivotal time in the practice of modern medicine and in the face of change within the military health system. Now, apart from enduring the COVID-19 environment, of which I know you have extensive knowledge, both the Army and military medicine as a whole are restructuring to maximize resources and improve the already elevated standard of care. Having just recently left Team BAMC, I can say definitively that you will do an outstanding job while we navigate the coming changes and fight of the coronavirus variants. Now, for those who aren't already aware, General Murray previously commanded the Walter Reed Institute of Research, and he's an infectious disease physician, and he and his team were on the front line early on in the fight against COVID-19 and the whole of government approach to the pandemic. Now, he is taking that relevant knowledge and experience and bringing it here to BAMC, or should I say, back to BAMC. Because of his unique specialty, and there are only a few places that you can really be assigned and be effective, almost the entirety of his career has been spent in either Maryland or Texas, even though I understand Callie actually learned Japanese in anticipation, hopeful anticipation of a move to Asia. But, you know, as good stewards of the profession, we go where we are sent and where the Army needs us, even if that means, you know, your family stays and you travel the globe. And in General Murray's case, that means eating piranha fish and avoiding malaria in the Amazon just days before daughter Sydney was born. So, Clint, I know the Army made the right decision when they promoted you to 1-star and sent you here. And I know you'll continue to provide the ready, relevant, responsive, and reliable multidisciplinary capabilities that BAMC brings to the fight every day for the DoD, for its surrounding communities, and for Bexar County. Teamwork is imperative to success, to successfully address and mitigate and respond to changing environments. And I know that you undertake the mantle of leadership in a sincere way. So I look forward to having you on the team, and I look forward to working with you. Welcome to the Murray family, to the great region, and to Team BAMC. And Clint, I am honored to serve alongside you. So remember, as your higher headquarters, Regional Health Command Central is always here. Call me anytime and know that you never walk alone. So thank you to everyone who is attending today, either in person or virtually, and you honor this great leader and Team BAMC with your presence. One team, one purpose. Army medicine is Army strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commanding General of Brooke Army Medical Center, Brigadier General Clinton K. Murray.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. General Bagby, thank you especially for coming. Other flag officers and general officers, chiefs, command sergeant major, Mr. Bray, thank you very much for coming. It really means the world to me that you're all here. General Bagby, thank you for those incredibly kind words. Thank you for all the support, not only as I transition to being a general officer, but also coming back to BAMC. You really set up a great institution, and I look forward to taking over. General Ryder, I look forward to working with you. The truth is this market's been an evolution for 25 years. It's been a combined market with the Air Force and the Army for decades now. It's just one more step in that cycle, and I think it's an incredibly easy step, and I look forward to working with you. I also want to thank the folks who put this event on. I know how challenging these are, and we really had quick turns from my getting confirmed through the Senate, coming down here and taking command, and you really did an outstanding job. The band, you always add that level of a professionalism and esprit de corps that's so incredibly important, so thank you. I'm going to finally take credit for Heather being here, right? So I'm going to take it. So she was a second lieutenant at Yale, actually medical school, so you can tell how impressive Heather really is. But she was rotating with me at Wilford Hall when I was an infectious disease fellow, and I probably had this much to do with her staying at Wilford Hall, and maybe this much to do with her being an ID fellow and then an attending. But you've been an amazing person. Okay, well, she claims I've had a bigger impact. Chaplain, thank you for those incredibly kind words. I really will try to instill them and push them through my career and leading BAMC, so thank you. It's been alluded to, Leanna and the family have spent a fair bit of time here, 18 straight years. That's pretty atypical for an Army career. But as an infectious disease doc who did trauma and multi-drug resistant burn research, that is BAMC, right? So that actually fits. But when I took her away from San Antonio 4 years ago, our dream job was actually to come back here to San Antonio. The ultimate dream was to come back and command BAMC. And for that to actually occur is incredibly special for us. And the reason it's so special are actually the same reasons I stay in the Army. And it's all because of the mission, and it's all because of the people, which really are also reflective of the patients. And no one has the mission or people like BAMC. It is truly a special place. From a mission standpoint, it doesn't matter if you do the up and out or down and in. Truthfully, no one can compete with that. San Antonio, specifically BAMC, manages trauma for 22 counties of South Texas. It has an amazing relationship with Bexar County and the city of San Antonio, really unimaginable to anywhere else in the U.S. It's intimately linked with the VA, and its relationship with the medical centers and medical schools, especially the university system, is truly second to none. You can bring it in tighter and start talking about our relationships with the other services. It's incredibly special, especially with the Air Force and what we do with Randolph and Lackland and the 59th Medical Wing and Wilford Hall Medical Center when I grew up, and now Wilford Hall Ambulatory Surgical Center. No one has that kind of relationship like we do, which is incredibly impressive. Continuing to bring it closer, you have Camp Bullis just down the street where we do trauma care, that joint environment. And then you bring it to Fort Sam Houston, Army North, Army South, the Medical Center of Excellence, the Medical Education and Training Campus. And then continuing to bring it closer, you have the Research Institute just across the street or across the railroad track. And then you have Navy Medical Research Center and the Institute of Surgical Research connected to this building. That is incredibly impressive, but that's just the up and out. The down and in, I would argue, is more impressive. BAMC, without a doubt, has the largest volume, diversity, and acuity of cases of any facility in the DoD. It's the DoD's only level 1 burn trauma unit. It's the only facility that really does a flight ECMO team, meaning I can breathe for you without your lungs and fly you all over the world. The burn flight team out of the ISR takes care of their patients here. So if you look at really the 4 pillars of military medicine, operational medicine, patient care, education, training, research, and innovation, no one can compare to BAMC. And that's why it is so exciting to actually come back here. Except the people are more impressive. As I've walked through the hallways, the beauty of showing up as a colonel and wearing a mask, I really didn't think it would be this good, is I would in-process, and I decided to in-process just like a doc, just like an infectious disease doc. I went and got my little white coat just like a brand new doc, and I went to sign all those sheets that they're a little long, I'll put that out there. And people treated me great. And then after we finished, I would then introduce myself as the new commanding general. And you can imagine what facial expression I got at that point. But they really handled me with amazing professionalism and care. People would stop in the hallway and actually walk me to the next place. It was really that special. And it's really that special when you think about the auditorium we're in. Mrs. Putnam, right, has been here for 60 plus years. I finally get the honor of not sitting next to her desk in trouble like the principal visit where she's like, it's okay, Clint, you're really not in that much trouble, or it's not gonna be that bad, which always was code for, oh my gosh. But now I actually get to work for you and with you, which is incredibly special. But to have people like that at BAMC just tells you how special this place is. And truthfully, the person who signed me into the ID service in 1999 in June still works in this facility. Lorraine Hill. She actually had to figure out how to sign me in and get me to Thailand in 5 days, and she did it. And the person who signed my last OER as I left here to go work at the AMED Center and School of the Medical Center of Excellence is still here, Evan Renz. And everyone in between is still here. And that's why this place is so amazingly special to me, so come back. So thank you very much. And then finally, I have to thank my family. This is amazing. As we all left San Antonio 4 years ago, they all sort of bracketed San Antonio, moving to Bernie and Kerrville and Wimberley and San Marcos as we left. So you can imagine that conversation at home with Leanne. It might not have gone as well as I'd hoped. But now we're back, and you get to do that because it's very special. It's so special that my uncle, who was here last week, is actually a medical architect. He actually did the master planning for SAMC, the parking lot in that brand new hospital. He actually designed the dining facility addition that we'll see for our reception. He actually designed the hyperbaric chamber. That tells you this relationship I have, just from an extended standpoint from a family. It is very special. But really, I have two amazing daughters and now a son-in-law who just continue to move us in the right way. Amazing parents and extended family who are all here. But ultimately, this is Leanne. The best girlfriend I've had since we were 15, going on 30 years of marriage. She still puts up with me, which is amazing, because she really is my rock, my foundation. She makes me want to be a better person, and I finally brought you home to your family. I love you to death, and I'm glad you're here with me. And again, thank you all very much for coming today. It means the world to me, and I look forward to working for and with each and every one of you. Back to you. Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the playing of the Army song and remain standing for the departure of the official party. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. You are welcome to a small reception located in the BAMC dining facility for Brigadier General Murray and his family. Thank you for your attendance.